I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, fam bam? It's your girl, DYANAROZAY. I'm here to bring you guys the latest recap and commentary from Married to Medicine. Hurricane Heavenly is in the building, baby. So we are going to talk about this episode. I enjoyed it. I think Married to Medicine is probably one of the best shows over there on Bravo right now. So if y'all can hear the sound of my voice, let me know so I can make sure I'm not talking to myself. Put your city, your state, your country, your island, wherever you are from, into the chat, okay? So that we can get the cookout started, child. Y'all know what we do over here at the cookout. We gossip, okay? We gossip and things and try to get these folks right on these reality TV shows. I did see Heavenly over there on Watch What Happens Live. She said some things that shook me a little bit. I wasn't expecting her to be that damn honest, but she was. So I'm going to tell you guys about that too. Come on in. Let me know that you are here. Welcome, beautiful people. I appreciate seeing my family in the house, okay? Let me get my name up here. Let's see who's up here. I see Miss Lady D Keys is in the house. What's up, girl? She is a moderator. Say hello to her to make sure y'all know she's here to make sure y'all have a good time in the chat. We also got Ty in the house. She said, please hit the button, fam. Facts. Hit the damn button, fam. Okay. What's up, Marilyn? Nice to have you. Cheryl the Pearl is in the house. Miss Cheryl is my Ohio sister. I'm happy to see her. She is also a member. So if you guys would like to become one, help support the channel, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. So, you know, go ahead and help a sister out, okay? But Miss Cheryl is also a moderator. I appreciate you coming in from Columbus. Glow is my St. Louis sister, child. I used to live over there too. I lived a little bit of everywhere. You would have thought I was on the run, but I've always been free. Never on the run. I just like to, you know, visit places and do things. Come on in. Barbara's in the house. She said Angel and her what friend said that the relationship was off and on. So why not find someone permanent? Okay, take the poll. Okay. Clarksdale, Mississippi is in the house. Welcome. Yeah, listen, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. I have to say, Toya's not going to get punked by Miss Angel. I know Angel's coming on as a newbie. Angel has to make her mark. But she should have felt a way about how Toya laughed in her face when she confronted her. You know what I'm saying? Toya looked at her like, girl, I wish I would. You know what I'm saying? The way, as much money as I get paid on this motherfucker, you're never going to take me out. I thought that shit was funny. But we'll get there. What's up, Miss Melissa? Coming in from Springs Hill, Florida. Also a member. I appreciate you, girl. Come on in. You said Toya don't have a filter. She don't. Yeah, I told y'all when I started reviewing this season, because I've watched this show from the beginning. I've always loved Married to Medicine, always. But I am so amazed how Heavenly gets all the smoke and Toya barely gets any smoke. But Toya has always been a shit starter. Okay. Her mama and daddy told her. Like, I remember conversations Toya's people had with Toya about, girl, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? They literally had that conversation with her. We didn't raise you like this, Toya. I remember thinking I would have been so embarrassed, but that's a real conversation your mama or daddy or whoever loves you might tell you, like, girl, stop using this man up. Stop burning him the fuck out. Come on, get your ass a job and stop playing. I thought that was one of the realest conversations, one of the most realest conversations I've seen on TV. I wish they would play that back. Okay. Don't ask me to set you up with somebody. Don't ask me to set you up with somebody if you already bouncing on somebody, right? You never know. What if that man really loves that lady and decided he was going to take the doctor out? We don't know. We don't know. People are crazy nowadays. Yes, yes, yes. So I do want to say this. I had show y'all this yesterday. Y'all know I am a review and I'm also a lifestyle channel. So I like to talk to y'all about stuff I'm using and some of the beauty products that I'm using. Right now, I'm using this product right here. Let me see if I can zoom in. It's called Rock, and it is a retinol serum. The camera keeps going in and out, but I already used one. It probably lasts about a month and a half, and it's actually good. So I ended up buying a second one, and I wanted to share. You know, black really don't crack. At least not the new skin. Look, the old skin, maybe the new skin, because some of y'all be going down there and getting them fillers a lot sooner than you should. You know what I'm saying? So you might be messing up your genetics. But black don't crack. But you know what I'm saying? In order to make sure it don't crack, go on ahead and get you some of this. Okay, there is a product button on the front, and it's for your face. It's supposed to help with aging. What else? What else? Basically to make sure you don't get them brown spots and all them marks, and it's supposed to smooth out your wrinkles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I am blessed that I don't have all of those problems. A lot of it could be genetics, but also I ain't gonna have those problems. You know what I'm saying? So I said anytime I find something that I like, I was going to share. So this is something I'm sharing, and the link or the little shopping cart is pinned somewhere on the front of the channel, so you can buy if you like. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Cheryl the Pearl. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member, tap the notification bell, all the shit. All the stuff. Follow me on all the platforms so you can get my notifications, okay? I also want to say that I'm reviewing a show called Beyond the Gates. I did a review for it earlier today. This show is thebomb.com. The NAACP is involved in its production. It has a Black writer. She is the one who actually brought this show to the network. First episode had over 3 million views. First episode. They're in their second season right now. But just so you know how anticipated this show was, and now it is #1, critically acclaimed. If you don't have CBS, you can listen to me because I am giving y'all the real tea on this show. And this is the one I did a little earlier. So make sure y'all watch that too, okay? I'm a hunk my own horn. What did Nene say? Hunk the horn and they ass, Greg. Beep, beep, toot, toot. Bam. I did a great job on this review. Sometimes I listen to the review like, damn, I am good. Okay, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Listen to that review when you get some time. It is in my, it's in the list. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's talk about this show, Married to Medicine. This is season 12, episode 8. Sorry about that. My hair is behind my collar and it is annoying me. Season 12, episode 8. And it picks up with, y'all know they had that big blowout at Angel's scrub party, whatever she was launching. So they had that big blowout. And so everybody's kind of given their rendition of what happened to their mates or whatever. We get over to Simone's house, and Simone rehashes her powwow with Heavenly to Cecil, okay? Simone rehashes it to Cecil, and she said that she don't give a damn about no VIN numbers, because that's how it all started. Apparently, Quad was in her feelings thinking that Simone was talking about this damn VIN number when the entire internet was talking about the VIN number. I believe that it was in the Atlanta Journal. I think it may have been on the news. Absolutely everybody was talking about it. And for some reason, Quad got real deep in her fifis about it. And she approached Simone. And Simone said, I don't give a damn about no VIN number. I have no idea why this girl would come at me like this. Number one, Heavenly took that shit over to her, and she knew when I said it, I was joking. She knew it. So basically she's saying, I don't know how she took it to her, why she would have come at me that hard about it. but Heavenly's on some bullshit and Quad is on some bullshit, right? So Cecil is over there. I really think that Cecil had a drink in his hand. I can't say for sure, but for some reason I see liquor in Cecil's hands when he's talking to Simone. So he's telling her, well, you made a good point. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps it was Heavenly who stirred the shit because you and Quad was doing good. Cecil loves Quad. He loves Quad. He has a good time with her. So he's basically saying, yeah, it's all Heavenly's fault. You know what I'm saying? Going ahead and just keep that in mind before you cut Quad all the way off because y'all were doing good. It's probably all Heavenly. Simone said, you know what's really crazy? What if I was looking up that damn VIN number? What if I looked it up? Who gives a fuck? Okay? The fact that she came at me at all is what I have a problem with because she ain't going to do shit if I did look it up. Then she said, I'm going to do you another one. Why is Heavenly, even after all the fight was over, why is Heavenly sitting here making my marriage a part of the conversation? We were talking about something completely different. And I don't like that she was sitting there screaming about what you and I got going on, our marital problems, making that the big tiff when she knows the fuck well Dr. Damon didn't even tell her her son was in jail for over a year. Okay, had went to jail, had charges on him, could possibly go to prison. She don't want me to talk about that. If that's what she got going on in her fucking house, her marriage is shit. Okay, so Simone is getting her, she popping her collar. She popping her collar. She's getting it all out on camera. And then she tells Cecil, if that bitch don't stop fucking with me and mine, I'm going to say what I really want to say. And before she can get those words out, Cecil said, don't do that. Don't do that. Leave it alone, okay? Excuse me. You said he was definitely drinking. I thought so. For some reason, when I was playing it back in my head, I said, did Cecil have a drink? But Cecil said, don't do that. Don't do that. She was like, then they better leave me the fuck alone then, okay? Now, on Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen asked Heavenly, did you watch the episode? And what are your thoughts on Simone saying that your relationship, your marriage to Dr. Damon, Sugar Bear himself, because I do like to call him Sugar Bear, is just as fucked up, if not more fucked up than hers? You know what Heavenly said? You know what Heavenly said? She said she's right. She's right. And what did I tell y'all at the beginning of the season when I was reviewing it? I said Heavenly and Dr. Damon got some issues, and you could kind of see the tension in between them. And even when he cut her off and said, I will never tell you what's going on with our son, because let's face it, he knows. She might know too. But she was like, Daddy, is there any way you can call him and have him come to the house? He said, no, nope. If our son was to come to the house, it's because God told him to, not because of me, period. I said, that's some bullshit. You're the man of the house. You're supposed to, try to mend that relationship with his mama. And he told her he would not. And I said then, that's some bullshit. We have to see what's going to happen, okay? Come on in, everybody. Welcome to the channel. You said this is my first time here listening. Come on through, girlfriend. I appreciate it. Paris, London. Good for her ass. So some people are liking that conversation. But yeah, that's pretty tough. So right now, Heavenly said she did say in the beginning that her family was real effed up right now. She said there was a lot of stuff going on. She basically has everyone under a spotlight because she's running for office. So she said not only is, they got this problem with their son, but people are going to get way involved in their business, which they are, based on what happens next. And that becomes a target when she's doing debates with whoever she's going to be running against. That's going to be a target for her. So these are all things that she knows coming. And we'll have to see what happens next. But she absolutely said when she was on Andy Cohen's show that, yeah, she's right. My relationship is fucked up. Good for her for actually saying that out loud. Come on in. Welcome to the chat, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button and share the video, okay? Now, across town, Heavenly is having a conversation with Dr. Daddy. Okay? And she said, did you see how Simone came after me, Daddy? And he like, yeah, I saw it. I didn't like it. She said, you didn't? Because I didn't see you say anything or, do anything to suggest you didn't like it. He's like, I don't like to see you upset, Heavenly. I don't like to see you fighting. She said, well, I don't like to fucking deal with Simone, okay? She said if she keeps it up, she's gonna cuss her ass out. And then she said Simone is unhinged, she's aggressive. She said I don't feel safe around her. And that's not to say I won't smack the shit out of her if I have to, but as of right now, I don't deal with the bitch, okay? I'm not fooling with her. I don't like her. And Dr. Daddy's taking it all in, and he said, well, what you packing for then? Why would you take yourself into another state over there in Florida, right? Knowing you're going to get into it with somebody. And really, this is a perspective I thought he was coming from. I'm not there to help you. You might not have anybody on your team, but you can best believe that if they're going to gut punch you, which they will, because y'all get gutter, they're going to bring up our son. And I don't want that to happen. So he's saying to her, go on ahead and unpack your shit. Okay? Because there's no reason for you to go knowing that those girls are going to do something to get you out of character. And he knows this for a fact. You want to know why? Because when they were at that family reunion event, who came at him? He had one of his sons there. Zachary was there. And it was Toya who pointed out, this ain't all your family. Where's the other one? Right? And if you looked at Dr. Damon's face, he looked at her quick, like, and then he tried to laugh it off. But the truth of the matter is he's very protective of his children. And we saw that, I think, even last season when his children was coming to him and saying, you the best daddy we ever had. Okay, I think Zachary came to him and said, I would want over and over, I would choose you to be my father. He started crying. Dr. Damon started crying on television and said, he could die tomorrow. And that'd be the best thing he had ever heard in his life, right? Him and his daughter said that. So right now we know that Damon's telling Heavenly, keep your ass home before you bring more problems into our house and have more problems on that reunion stage because they're talking about my son. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention the other week when he was sitting with the boys, right? And Eugene tried to get on him about, was Eugene talking to him about Heavenly? I think so. He said something about Heavenly and maybe one of the other wives. And Dr. Damon said, you should just stay out the women's business. So he said, Toya gives it as good as she gets. Okay. That's number one. And number two, you need to stay out the women's business. I don't want you coming to me about anything that my wife said. So while he's telling the men this story, he's listening to Heavenly and saying, yeah, I didn't like that shit at all. He said, I didn't like that. However, I'm not talking to anybody about it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I thought that was interesting. After he told Heavenly to keep her ass home, Heavenly said, you're right. I don't want to go down there with them stupid ass hoes and, waste my time with them bitches. And that's what Damon said, buddy, you're going to have to cool it with all the cussing. Buddy, you're going to have to cool it with all the cussing, okay? Your mouth is like an inferno sometimes. Damn, my ears hurt. So he got on her about cussing and she said, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, daddy. You better be sorry, girl. Anyway, if he hates Heavenly's mouth, he would hate my family. That's the truth. Everybody cusses. Everybody cusses, except for Clone. I don't think Clone cuss that much. Come on in, hit the like button and share the video. Now we are at the airport, right? The ladies are going and everybody, of course, is in tow to get on the plane except for Heavenly. While they're there, they all huddle. And I think it is Dr. Jackie who says, don't y'all think y'all should give each other an apology before we get on the plane? And after she says that, Quad and Simone apologize to each other so quick after that nasty, dirty fight argument where both of them had to be pulled away and all that shit, right? All that barking and cussing going on. Anyway, now Quad apologizes, I'm sorry. And Simone says, I'm sorry too. Then they start feeling on each other's titties and ass and stuff and dancing and acting like nothing ever happened. Angel said, where the hell am I? This is not normal to me to see ladies this grown fighting and arguing like this. And then the next day pretending like the shit never happened. She said, I don't do that. They do. Angel, when you get that check and it's popping the way Simone and Quad's checks are popping, you'll forgive just as quick too. Because that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Either that or you'll get your ass voted off the island. Come on in. Welcome everybody. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Look, Shirley Pearl said that shit was crazy. Yes. Yes, it was. But yeah, they said all of that. And then we get a scene with Simone in confessional. And Simone said, just because you saw me, squash the beef with Quad does not mean I will squash the beef with Heavenly. She said, I want to kick my own ass forever trusting that bitch again. Under no circumstances. We're done. Done, cooked. Never, ever again shall I trust or talk or do anything with Heavenly, okay? Got it. Now they are off the plane and everybody is en route to the vacation home, and they got two separate cars. In the car with Jackie and Simone, Jackie decides she's going to spank Simone's hand a little bit. And she says, girl, when I get all of y'all together, I'm going to have a little talk with y'all because I don't like the way you conducted yourselves and how you handled yourselves, kind of shit, right? And Simone said, you can keep that conversation to yourself. Okay. Don't go coming to me after you have a conversation with Heavenly talking about what you don't like and what you do like, because you should have interrupted and got that bitch together the second you saw it. She started it. Okay. That's what Simone says. It's the same shit she told Angel last week. Don't come at me when you saw Quad and Toya go crazy up in this motherfucker. And then you want to come over and tell me what's going on? She said, no, you talk to me crazy, I'm going to meet you where you at. So don't try to spank my hand. Jackie looked a little crazy. Jackie just floating that check right now. Come on in, everybody. Hit the like button and share the video. And right now, Jackie's in some sort of crying season where she got to cry every time she talked to the girls. I don't know what this is about, Jackie. I don't like it, though. Especially when Sweet Tea hauled off and called you a whole bitch. I forgot exactly what she said. But Sweet Tea went off on your ass so bad, I started crying in the house, watching TV. And you looked at her and went, okay. And everybody stopped breathing. You didn't cry then. Don't stop pretending like you crying for these dumbass ladies, okay? And y'all ain't dumb. Let me take that back. Y'all aren't dumb. Y'all are very smart. But I don't like that Jackie got to pretend like she's crying and she's so sad. That I don't believe. She's going through menopause. She's been through menopause. Jackie's 61, I believe. I mean, I think. Not to mention, there were some other things that went down when she had the breast cancer. So I think that she's been out of that season for a minute. Okay. People are saying that they don't like that Dr. Jackie's getting involved in the business unless she's going to talk to Heavenly first. Okay. So anyway, now they are at this vacation home and it really is stunning. Contessa went all out. Contessa, I don't know if this is her first time doing one of the girls' trips, because y'all know everybody gets a turn. For some reason, I feel like this is Contessa's first time picking a location and a home. And when I tell y'all, Contessa did it up. Okay. It was a mansion type style looking home. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And luxury up and down. It made Toya's house look like a little bit of an outhouse, even though Toya has a beautiful home. It made it look like a little bit of an outhouse. Okay. Anyway, After all of that, they get in, they're running around, everything looks beautiful. Contessa says, listen, this is my trip, which she says several times. She said several times in this episode to let people know, don't forget, I'm the one who picked it out, okay? Even Toya was like, bitch, this I approve. And y'all remember when Contessa had that $40,000 birthday party or $50,000 birthday party, Toya said, I wouldn't pay $1 for this shit. I don't know what she was thinking. She redeems herself with Toya with this house, okay? But she said, listen, this is the house I chose for my vacation. This is my girls' trip. So I'm going to get the primary suite. Y'all shouldn't have a problem with that, should you? And before any of the newbies think they're going to get a better room than the OGs, no, there's a rite of passage here. So the newbies are going to share a room, and the OGs are going to get their choice of room based on who picks the longest straw. So that shit was funny. Angel said, what the? I got a 7-bedroom house and I got to share a room? She was so hot. She said, I will go to a hotel right now. She started rolling her bag toward the door like she was on her way out. And people had to stop her and said, Angel, if you don't get your shit together, if you don't get yourself together, okay? Basically, girl, stop acting like you're so good for everything. You fine if you sleep in one of these bunk beds, because that's exactly what they had. They had a 3-sectional bunk bed and a full-size bed on the other side, child. Yes, bye, Angel. I said the same thing. I said, Angel, it would have been funny if they would have let your ass walk out the door, because you would not have been missed. Please don't threaten people, because if you're not willing to really push the button and they let you do it, that would have been a horrible thing for you. But yeah, anyway, Angel tried to pretend like she was going to leave. And then all the ladies go and they find their rooms, and they're all beautiful rooms, even the one with the bunk beds. But Angel has a problem. She's feeling away. And no, you know what? Mimi had her own room too, I believe. Mimi had her own room. So she didn't get the newbie treatment. I guess she was on a season before, so it didn't matter. Bye, Ashy. Facts. Facts. Anyway, Angel decides to get into it with Brandy, and I don't know why. This was the dumbest fight I ever heard. But she is in the room talking about, are you good energy or bad energy? And she's demanding that she answers the question. And Brandy's like, what? She went, because I don't want anybody in the room that's bad energy. I need good energy before I go to sleep. Brandy said, well, bitch, you bringing all the bad energy right now. So don't be worried about me, worry about you. Okay, energy begets energy, girl. If you give me good energy, you'll get it back. Anyway, Angel takes that dumbass argument downstairs to the rest of the cast, and everybody's like, are y'all serious? Including Jackie, who said some shit like, y'all are draining the life out of this damn girls trip, and we haven't even started yet. Okay, can y'all get it together? By the time it was all said and done, they apologized, but it was boring. And Angel, if that's all you got to bring, oh my God, just be quiet for a little bit. Be quiet and be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Stay quiet, be beautiful, and then wait to get into something that really, you can deal with. Because that argument was dumb, dumb, girl. Okay, now they have regained control of the party, right? And now they're having dinner. They're at the pool. This pool is huge, okay? Huge. It's like a public pool damn near in the backyard. And the girls all got on their bathing suits, and they're having a good time because the liquor is pouring freely. So y'all know Toya's having a lot of fun. And also, Contessa has brought in a chef to do hibachi. So there is seafood and shrimp and chicken. There's rice. There's everything you can imagine. And they are enjoying themselves. They look happy, so happy that I wanted hibachi for dinner. After I saw it, I was like, bitch, can I be that happy? Can I be that happy? I want it. Anyway, after all that, they get their food. And Contessa says to the group, has anybody heard from Heavenly? Because she should be here having fun like the rest of us. Simone tells everybody that she ain't here because she thinks that I'm dangerous. I'm gonna lay hands on her. She said some shit like that. That's what I heard anyway. I'm curious as to who told her that. Was it Jackie? Was it Quad? Was it production? But she said that's why she's not here. She wants to make out like I'm aggressive, right? Quad tells Simone that or Quad says on her confessional, let me take this back. Quad says in confessional that she doesn't really appreciate Heavenly making it out like Simone is aggressive or that she's going to whoop somebody's ass. Because she said Simone wouldn't squish a grape in a fruit salad, okay? She wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. She said she wouldn't throw an egg on Easter Sunday. She is all bark, no bite, okay? And then she did this move where she made it seem like Simone had lost her teeth. Like Simone had lost her teeth. She's like a gummy ass grandma. Just ignore her. And she was basically saying that she didn't appreciate Heavenly making that out or saying that on camera, right? And she said that Heavenly needs to get her shit together and stop doing that kind of thing. I thought that was interesting because we know that Quad and Heavenly are supposed to be good Judies, right? So her saying, her checking Heavenly off camera like that or on camera like that was crazy. Anyway, even though Quad says that Simone can't fight, Simone actually agrees. She said, I'm not going to do nothing to that girl. And not only am I not going to do anything to her, I didn't do anything to her any fucking way. She put her hand around me. I didn't smack her. I didn't push her. I took her arm and I moved it. And I said, don't put your arm around me. I was real clear in the words that I chose. And then I walked away from her. And other people who saw it said, that's what I saw too. I didn't see you threaten her. You didn't even cuss at her when you told her to take her arm from around you, right? So she said, no, I don't appreciate that. Anyway, Contessa says, listen, can we all agree that when emotions are high, that memory is often a problem? And she's not lying. Okay. You get highly emotional about some shit. Your brain is going to feed you the story that fits your narrative. And you'll see it play out in your mind exactly like that every single time. And you can be as wrong as two left shoes. You won't know it until somebody plays the tape for you. Okay. But she said, listen, this is exactly what happened. And at the very minimum, because we've all had heated moments, and Contessa's also right. You had heated moments with Heavenly where you swore up and down it happened one way, and it didn't. So she's the best person to speak on it. She said, can we just all agree that that could have been the situation and maybe give people a little bit of grace? Maybe not end your friendship because y'all were doing okay. Simone said, I don't give a shit if we were doing okay. And yes, I do agree that that could have been the case, but I'm telling you right now, me and Heavenly are never going to be good. This is permanent. F Heavenly and everything she stands for. Okay? Come on in and hit the like button, share the video, okay? You said Quad is her campaign manager. Okay, so you're saying that Quad is taking this role as the campaign manager, not the friend. You might be right. Got it. That actually fits. So she said, yeah, at the end of the day, even if that's true, I don't give two shits. I don't like Heavenly, and she gets no more chances. Not from me. Period. Now, while she's saying this, Toya is all smiles. You know what I'm saying? Toya walks over to her good friend Simone. She said, can I give you a hug? You know you need one, girl. Like, I want you to stay in this moment. Don't give Heavenly any more chances. And Simone and Toya hug. That's their alliance. Simone pats Toya on the ass, a lot of ass, by the way. And the two of them are good. You can just see. Anyway, Contessa says that she don't want to bring her party down. So let's change the subject. Let's play Truth or Dare for a second. And when they play Truth or Dare, She asked Miss Angel, girl, which one you want? And she picks truth. Then Angel proceeds to tell a story about how she sprayed numbing spray in her mouth in order to, I guess, swallow her partner. She was going to rock the mic. Okay. She sprays numbing spray in her mouth and damn near killed herself because she wasn't able to swallow. This is a nurse. Can you imagine what would have happened? Girl, anyway, she tells that story, and everybody, and I do mean everybody at the party, was sitting there with their mouths open like, you didn't have to tell us that story, including Quad. Quad said, bitch, keep some stuff to yourself. This is not what you this is not what you should have shared on the cameras, okay? Nobody, and I do mean nobody, gave her any grace. They literally looked at her like she was an alien from outer space. She tried to laugh it off, but too late, girl. Nobody needed to hear that. Anyway, after she does that, too much information, too much. After she does that, they asked Brandy. Brandy decides she was going to show and tell, child. So Brandy said that if you want to keep your man, child, I'm going to show y'all a move that you can do in the bourgeois that, is always going to make your man stay at home, right? Brandy gets her big ass on top of a chair and starts bouncing. She gets in a squatting position and she starts bouncing up and down in the squatting position, right? After that, the heifer says, now, while you're doing this, you just need to spontaneously do this somersault action where she pops up, lands on her back with her feet straight up in the air. I'm trying to describe it the way she did it. Again, everybody's mouth is like, what do you want us to do with this? Everybody's looking like, oh my God, you new girls, y'all are doing way too much. The show is already #1. Just slow down a bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to give us all of this shit. And I think Jackie might have went like this, like, what the fuck am I watching? Okay. She went, yeah, that's going to get it popping every single time. How you think I got twins? And they were like, nobody here wants nobody here wants twins, girl. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. Anyway, she almost broke that chair. Thank God she missed, okay? Anyway, after that, who was the next person? Oh Lord, Simone decides to tell her truth. And Simone says that she turned Cecil out when she was in Greece, okay? She said she turned Cecil out when she was in Greece because the question was, when was the last time you initiated it with your man? And she said, child, Greece was so romantic that I went home, lifted Cecil's belly, okay, laid it on my head, let it rest. And she said that she went to town on Cecil, okay, turned him out completely. When it was all said and done, Cecil curled up and put his thumb in his mouth and didn't wake up till the next day, okay? And everybody was like, now that's how you tell a story. You newbies, you newbies, y'all learn how to pace yourself, okay? Y'all don't have to give us everything. But yes, that's the story that Simone told. I don't know why. I don't even remember anybody else's story, okay? So the next day, after the ladies have fun, they sound like they had a real good time that night. Now, after they get finished, they have fun, they get their drink on, go to bed, child. This party is a rolling. There's not going to be anybody left behind. Contessa said, you know what? For my girls' trip, I plan every damn thing, okay? Now, I like to have fun. I like to go out and do shit, okay? And I'm going to go out and, hang with the dolphins today. And for those of y'all who likes to experience things, to enjoy things, you can come with me. And if you don't, if you like to, lay by the pool, do the same shit we would have done if we were in Atlanta, I rented two, are they called mokes? Some sort of Jeep. I rented two of them. And y'all can hang out with them, go to dinner, drive around, shop, spend money, the shit we normally do every day, if that's what you into. But everybody else, y'all can come with me, okay? So yeah, that shit was funny. But I did like that she playing for everybody. She said, I know Jackie ain't gonna want to go. She said, I know that who else? Quad don't want to go. And she was right. In her car, she had Simone, Brandy, and Mimi with her. And they all went to the dolphin park so they could talk to the dolphins. Hey, what is up, Miss Tyrese? Nice to have you. You said if it's edibles and digestible, it's not worth. Whoop. All right. Okay, Cookie Clark. um, you said you enjoyed the dolphin scene. So the dolphin scene was a very cute fluff scene, but it was cute to see the ladies out there. They talked to the dolphins. They all took pictures with the dolphins, kissing their cheek. They were doing all kinds of little tricks and stuff with them. It was a real good experience and a good trip. Cool. After that was done, we get to see over there and the girls who were still left in the house. Who was that? Jackie, Quad, Toya, and Angel. Child, they got into those damn oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Let me say this. There was a when they were in the car ride, when Contessa and her group was in the car ride, she actually said that she had talked to Heavenly and that Heavenly said the reason why she didn't come is because it was her husband's birthday. So she was staying there with her husband. And then the girl started asking, was she going to come or not? And she said, I can't say for sure. So she couldn't green light it, but the door was open for her to come. And then Contessa also makes a comment. I don't think Heavenly meant it the way it came out, that you were too aggressive, that she was afraid of you, that type of shit, right? So she's trying to soften the blow with Heavenly, you can tell. And she's saying this to Simone. While she's saying this, Mimi also jumps in it. Dr. Mimi said, I agree with Contessa. She definitely misspoke. I just don't think that's what she meant to say. And sometimes people, say shit the wrong way. Simone says, well, she's going to have to learn how to use her fucking words. Okay? Because I don't play that game. We're all professionals. We're all doctors. And the stuff that Heavenly did in that room with other professionals was the wrong thing to do with me. Period. And then Brandy jumps on that bandwagon. She tags Timon and she's like, I agree. She's going to mess up her livelihood. And I've seen her fight. And every time we have a scene, every time there's an event, it's always Heavenly. Now, I want to say, Brandy, since you've been on the show, it wasn't Heavenly who started the last two arguments. It was Toya. But we all know that Brandy is team Toya. Okay. There was an argument in a group text that had nothing to do with you, but it was Toya who brought out the bullshit, and it was Toya who brought out the bullshit at our house. So both times. Okay. So that happened over there in Contessa's car. In Jackie's group, Jackie, Toya, Angel, and Quad, they jump in their mokes. I believe it's called a moke. And they are driving into town to go to dinner or lunch or whatever they're doing. These cars go about 30 miles per hour. And when I tell y'all, traffic was blowing the horn, telling them heifers to get off the road, they was like, let's go. Okay. They finally make it over to their destination. And when Quad goes in, she has a moment in confessional where you hear production ask her again, bring up the fact that you did not have a successful IVF. And Quad says, I'm still not ready. Okay, I'm still not ready to have that conversation. I'm going to do it on my time when all the girls are there and I think it's right. And she also says, when I say it, I will not repeat it. Okay. So when I finally get the courage to get this shut out, don't ask me to talk about this again. I'm done with it. Right. Come on in. Come on in. What season has she not let Heavenly have it, Cookie? Tell me. I think I watch a different show from y'all sometimes. Toya doesn't bite her tongue. Toya gets it popping every season. Every season. On the show, on the reunion, in social media, in interviews, she never bites her tongue, ever. She's no wallflower. She's no shrinking flower. Mm-mm. Toya likes to play Quad likes to play the long game. Okay. So now they make it to their event. They make it to the restaurant. And while they're at the restaurant, Angel tells Toya that she felt disrespected. Take the poll at the top of the chat. Okay? Take the poll at the top of the chat. Angel tells Toya, I felt disrespected. And my man felt disrespected by all them little nasty ass questions. Invasive questions. Are y'all sleeping together? How long have y'all been together? These are the questions Toya asked. This isn't the first time Toya has said things like this. She not only talks about the cast like this, she talks about her life in the same way. Eugene is fat. His testosterone is low. He has a small penis. I thought it was going to get bigger when we got married. There's a whole lot of stuff that Toya says that's off the wall. I don't know why she gets a pass, but not over here. Not over here. Let's give Toya the props she deserves, okay? Anyway, Angel tells Toya, bitch, I don't know who you thought I was, but I don't like that. Why would you do that? Okay? And Toya said, listen, you told me to set you up with somebody that the intention was you was going to have a long-term relationship with. Then they do the flashback and we see Angel say, yeah, girl, hook me up. It's time. I'm tired of being in the streets, right? So she said, I was going to put you together with my husband's best friend. That's who I was going to set you up with. And if I would have known, okay, that you was still dating a man, because he told me y'all have been in a long-term relationship, I would have never thought to set you up with somebody like that. So in fact, Toya says, Heifer, you tricked me. And what you got was what you deserved. Because if I would have set you up with my friend, my family, then you would have messed my shit up. And I don't appreciate that. I don't respect that. Okay? You said, so Angel lied. Now, when Toya explained it like that, I kind of got it. You had a conversation with me where you said you wanted to be put together with somebody that was going to look at you in a long-term situation, that was going to take you to the finish line. You have children. I was going to put you together with a good guy, somebody decent that I thought would be cool. And that is a man that is in my family. And y'all know when those relationships be breaking up, when you set people up, your friendship don't always get right, which is why you should always say no in the first place. But she said, I really wanted to help you out. So that's how I saw it. And when I got there at that table and I saw what was going on, I didn't have any problem asking those questions, because you're not going to put a monkey wrench in my shit, in my family. Okay. Take the poll. I want to see what you have to say about it. Yeah, Toya said, now I know what you're about, especially when it comes to men. And she's basically saying that she's a hoe and that she's out here looking for somebody to pay her bills. That's what I took from it. Okay. Angel said, you're funny. You're funny. And if you want a friendship with us, don't do anything like that anymore to me. And Toya said, you ain't got shit to worry about, because I will never put any of my friendships, anybody that I know, hell, anything at all on the line, my reputation, for you. I got to know you a little bit better first. But as of right now, You can count on it. I won't recommend an umbrella in a rainstorm when it comes to you, bitch. Period. Okay? I ain't gonna have you go down to Neiman Marcus. I think Neiman Marcus is closed. Saks Fifth Avenue, whatever one is open. I ain't gonna have you go down there to my people and ask them for shit. Okay? You never, ever, ever get a recommendation out of me. That was interesting. Okay? Anyway, Angel tried to get the last word. And she was basically just like, yeah, Toya, because I don't play that. And if you have any questions for me, pull me aside. Don't be talking to me in front of everybody. And Toya put on a smile that only an ex-murderer would have, okay? She looked at Angel. She went, cool. Girl, you ain't getting one off on me, period. You wish that you knew my level of shit. And you could tell that was what was going on in her head. You think you're telling me off for this scene, but I promise you, Angel, you don't want anything that Toya has over there. Toya will F your life up. I know that for sure. But let's get to this poll real quick, y'all. Let's get to this poll real quick and see what y'all had to say. Okay, I asked y'all, do y'all think that Angel should have told Toya that she was in a long-term relationship before asking her to set her up in a long-term relationship? Because she definitely said it. They rolled the cameras back, and that's exactly what she asked for, okay? Let me get the screen up real quick. All right, let's see. How many of y'all voted? 94 of you guys voted. And 40% was on Toya's side. You said that Toya is right on this one, while 60% of y'all said that Angel doesn't owe Toya anything. So what? She's in another relationship and she's juggling things. So what? Too bad, so sad. Toya, yeah, that's how she felt. Anyway, I actually saw Toya's point of view. Let me see what y'all had to say. You said Angel is dealing with a different group of professionals on this show, so she got to play a better game. I agree. Cookie Clark said that's how people get effed up. That's true. I said that at the beginning. I will continue to say that. Listen, we sometimes think, that we're living in the 60s, but yeah, people lose their lives with relationships. And if that man that Angel was with, because he was the one who seemed most surprised, right? He was the one like, so you are asking people to set you up with other people? He seemed surprised. So if he didn't know and he does a surprise visit to Angel's new house that he might be helping pay for, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? That he might be helping to pay for it. He might feel away and take everybody else out in that house. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle a little gasoline around things and strike a match and walk off like Bernadine did and waiting to exhale. You never know. You never know. So you have to be careful and not play with people's feelings or what they got going on. Just saying. Anyway, after all of that, when that conversation goes down, Heavenly comes driving in. Okay. So Heavenly decides she's going to go to the lunch with Quad and Dr. Jackie, Toya, and who else? And Angel. So she gets dropped off by the Uber over there, her and her luggage, right? And when she comes in, she goes down to the table. She said, child, I could hear y'all all the way upstairs. They was having such a hootin' tootin' time. Okay. She said, I heard y'all all the way upstairs. Y'all in here having a good old time. And when Dr. Heavenly walks in, you can tell she's trying to bring in good energy, at least good enough. Okay. So she comes in, she hugs and kisses Quad, Jackie, Angel, and she trying to reaches out to Toya. She does this with her hand like, hey, Toya, nice to see you. You know what I'm saying? And Toya went, You better be careful who you touching. You know, people might get the wrong impression when you touch somebody because Toya is a what? A shit starter, right? She remembered that conversation about take your hand off of me. And she said, bitch, I ain't going to touch you because you'll turn a touch into a punch. So under no circumstances, I'm Team Simone. I'm Team Simone over here. That didn't get past Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly is rolling her eyes in her head like, bitch, I ain't even got in here good. I ain't even got in here good. And I already have to deal with the mouth from the South, okay? And I don't even think Toya's from the South. Toya's from Detroit. What did y'all have to say? Angel is dating. Doesn't seem as if she is in a serious commitment. Angel is an RN with her own business. Doesn't need a man to fund her life. That's not what she said. Lady Blue, I'm sorry. I watched the show just like you watch the show. She said, and I quote, I want to live a soft life. I want a doctor to pay the bills. I want to retire. She said nothing about she wants to chip in. Go back and watch the scene, baby. I'm not making that shit up. She said she wanted a soft life and she wanted a man who could take care of her the way Eugene takes care of Toya. Y'all put it in the chat if y'all heard it. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all remember that scene. So Toya definitely had reason to say, bitch, I was about to hook you up with the cream de la creme and here you are tearing things up. She said it. I'm not making it up. I know that we want to, be independent women. But she says she tired of working. Okay. Look, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all coming in. But y'all sometimes when I be reading y'all comment, I'm like, are y'all talking to me? Are y'all mad at me? I'm telling you what happened in the scene. I'm telling you what happened in the scene. She could pay her own bills. She did buy her own house. But she said that's not what she wants. She wants the soft life. That's a quote. And she actually said, I'm tired of paying for shit. I want your life, Toya. Okay. By the end of the conversation, she said, Toya, don't do shit for me anymore. And Toya said, cool, period. You don't know who I know. You ain't never gonna get what I get. Okay. That's how I heard it. Anyway, after Heavenly shows up and Toya lets her know, bitch, is going to be on like Donkey Kong and don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me and call it a punch like you did with Simone. After she said that, Heavenly sits down. She tries to have a little fun with the girls. You know what I mean? Heavenly says, listen, her man's birthday is today. So she actually stayed behind to get her mind right because there was a lot of shit going on at that event with Angels. And she said, I also wanted to celebrate with my husband and we got to do some things, right? And Jackie said, like what? What you get to do? You know what I'm saying? Heavenly said, we did what married people do, Jackie. Okay, so stay out my business. In confessional, Heavenly said that Quad had actually told her everything that Simone was saying about her, making it seem like she was a punk. And she said, I am here to set the record straight. That's why I decided to show up after all. Okay? Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, she's settling with the guy she with. I don't know, y'all. The guy don't live in the same town with her, but the guy did seem shocked. Remember when Toya was asking, who are y'all sleeping together? And she started telling her. Toya, the guy actually goes, wow. You know what I'm saying? So he was hearing some things from Toya. He was hearing some things from Toya that he didn't hear, that he hadn't heard before. So I think it was a shock, just a little bit. Angel got some badass scrubs on her site. Good for Angel, child. Good for Angel. Hopefully, she gets what she needs out of those scrubs. She did a good launch. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all about that last week. Anyway, in Contessa's group, Contessa and her girls are going back to the house. Contessa actually wants to go out and do more things, right? She's telling the girls, hold on one second, y'all. My camera is my camera has lost power. Okay. So she sorry about that. So Contessa wants to go out and do some extra stuff, have some fun with the ladies. And the ladies are like, child, we just got out of a little stinky pool of dolphin water. We want to go home and take a shower. Don't you want to take a shower? And Contessa said, I got all the parts. Well, you could take a parts that were important. Okay. So she basically said, I took a whole bath. And then they are looking at her like, but don't you need a full shower? Contessa said, I cleaned the important parts and I've taken all the showers I'm going to take for the day. Right. Simone cracks up. She goes like, all of them just run off like, girl, if you don't get your ass into another shower, period, I know something. Okay. Anyway, that part was funny to me. Now in the other car, they are pulling up, Jackie and them, Jackie Quad. Heavenly's walking in with the girls. You know what I'm saying? Toya is with them. So Toya and Angel. But when Heavenly walks in, Simone sees Heavenly and her eyes buck out of her head like, bitch, is she really here? And Heavenly sees Simone, but she don't give her nothing. She don't look at her. She don't look down. She doesn't nod. She walked past her like she was a nobody. She hugs the other ladies in the house, and then she heads out to the patio where the pool is to basically collect herself, because she knows the shit's about to pop off. I know that Heavenly thought she had a bad season with Sweet Tea. She did not. This might be Heavenly's worst season. These girls are coming for Heavenly so hard, and her being a politician and all this shit. You can see Heavenly fighting, like literally fighting in her head how to be okay. Because she would normally just pop off, and she's trying to control herself. And this is difficult for her. And you can see it. But anyway, she goes out on that damn patio to get herself together, child. She is out there just like walking and pacing back and forth. Toya runs over to Contessa like, she's here. Okay, we had a great time last night. We've been having so much fun without her. Now she's here at your party. And Contessa's like, who's here? Who? Heavenly? And she's like, yes. She's like, where's Heavenly? So Contessa walks out to the patio to, greet her guests, because Contessa's trying to keep everybody even keeled and cool. And we shall see what happens next. But that shit was funny. I thought that was the funniest thing. You can just read Dr. Heavenly's facial expressions. Anyway, y'all know I'm a Heavenly fan. I don't care. I like Heavenly. I like Toya too. The girls are fine to me. They have been on for 12 seasons. And out of all the shows over there on Bravo, from the gate, from the time Married to Medicine comes on first episode, it has always been popping. It's always been one of the best shows. And unfortunately, it didn't get the same pickup that the rest of the housewives got, because they used to put them on Friday night, then on Sunday night. They used to rotate them and do all kinds of shit. But those girls have always brought it. And then in the later years, it got a little stale, but this season, they picked their shit right back up. And I love it. I love it. I think they had a hard season with Sweet Tea, though. That was bad. Yes. So let's talk about this Toya. So Toya is in her confessional. Toya's in her confessional. And the producer asked Toya, so do you think Heavenly being here is a shit storm? And Toya said, bitch, hell yeah. Toya stepped up. She got up and she grabbed her little wand like she was a meteorologist. And she said, absolutely. Hurricane Heavenly is hit landfall. Okay. And then she said, everyone needs to shelter and take place. Okay. Because this is a category 5 shit storm, and we absolutely need to take cover now that Heavenly is in the building. Yes, Quad, Heavenly, Toya has always brought the thunder. Always, always. And Mariah when Mariah was on there. I loved it. The producers clocked in. The producers are always asking them hard questions. Absolutely. The producer, mind you, just make sure you know this. He's the one who asked the question. Is Heavenly bringing in a shitstorm? Is Heavenly bringing in a shitstorm? Toya needs a break from constantly picking and bullying. Really? We gonna see. Hell, Toya is so on. Toya's so on edge that before she went on the trip, she was talking to Eugene, and he told her that she needed to take some oxytocin or some shit like that. It's supposed to. It's like a hormone that makes you have happy thoughts. Toya said, "Well, how do you want me to give it to the girls?" He said, "It's not for them. It's for you, so you know how to control yourself." Toya, you're hilarious. Simone told that story to throw Cecil a bone. You're probably right. I agree. Angel did make the statement, however, that doesn't mean that Toya's friend would be a right fit or that she wanted to move forward. You're right. We don't know. We have no clue. Everything you're saying is absolutely correct. But I also feel like if you want me to hook you up with a man, just if I had a good friend that had a lot of money and you said, "Hey, hook me up with this person or hook me up with someone you know got it like that because I want to get married." It's very possible that they might not ever make it to the finish line. But if I see you in the streets and I'm like, "Well, bitch, what you got going on?" And then that man you're with says to me, "Yeah, we've been in a long-term relationship," I'm gonna look at you crazy. Now, I don't know. Somebody came into my comments last week or though sometime and said to me that in Detroit, they take their friendships real serious. And we know that Troy is from Detroit. And that person said, I don't know if there's a Detroit person in the house. Y'all can confirm it or not. But that person said to me, Toya did exactly what a person from Detroit would do. That's how they take their friendships real personal. Because in my last review, I actually said, Toya took this too personal. I said that. I said, Toya took it too personal. But when they did the flashback, I was like, I can see how that lines up. Let's see. It's about time. Heavenly is so messy, and I don't care for her ever since she rallied for Mariah's dismissal from her own show. Now you talk about some crabs. I think that Mariah was into it with the production company, right? And I think that they was going to kick her ass off the show no matter what. They just had it play out differently. Mariah thought that she could probably stay on the show if the cast fought for her, kind of similar to what happened on RHOA. But I think that those people had it out for her. And hindsight is 2020. You know what I'm saying? Because Mariah was able to get so much money. I think she makes more money than her husband. Like the money that she brings in simply from being the creator of the show. She gets paid for every episode, whether she's on it or not. She gets paid for any spinoff city. She gets paid. She said, if my husband wasn't a surgeon, I wouldn't have been able to afford the lawyer and I wouldn't have been able to get the money that I got. You know what I'm saying? So Mariah did have it hard because at the end, if you remember Cookie Clark, Quad, there was a meeting. If y'all remember that, they were all sitting at the table, like a lunch meeting or something. And I think Jackie was kind of begging Quad, is there any way you could, squash the beef with Mariah, keep things cool with Mariah? I think that we can all get along. And Quad said, ain't a day, hell nah. Like it looked like when we were watching it on TV, it looked like it was Quad who put the nail in Mariah's coffin. It looked like it was Quad. And who's the other one? Simone. It looked like it was Quad and Simone. When Mariah talked about it, she said it was the production company. They were going to get me out of there no matter what. But her feelings, she felt most hurt by Simone and Quad. Not even Heavenly. Let's see. Toya just calls a spade and says whatever comes up, it comes out. That's true. I wonder why the ladies of Married to Medicine are not considered for any of the Ultimate Girls Trip, because they're not a part of the Real Housewives franchise. They're a completely different franchise. Uh, Harlem 2 SoCal said that I'm assuming you're talking about Toya is tactless and you don't do that right in front of the man. Okay, girl. I hear you. Hold on, child. Um, she said, hell, I'm from Memphis and a Capricorn, and I definitely take my friendships personal. Okay. When I first heard Toya say it, I honestly was like, Toya, and everybody jumped her on the show. They were like, girl code, you don't do that. But when I heard Toya's side, the way she spoke it, I went, I get you, girl. Mariah don't need to come back on that show. They're cutting her checks. Yeah, sometimes people love to, they want to be on TV. What was the survey result? The survey result was that everybody was on Toya's side. They were on, they were actually on Angel's side. They said that Angel, that it was none of Toya's business and she went too far. So most of the people, let me see. Yeah, most of the people, even now, 60% of y'all are on Angel's side. Y'all said that Toya was dirty work. Toya was dirty work. And that's it. That's the show, you guys. I appreciate y'all for coming over and hanging out with me for Married to Medicine. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of the moderators. Cheryl the Pearl was here. Who else? Lady D Keys was here. Also, thank you to all of my members. I saw y'all. Thank you for coming over and supporting. I love you guys. And of course, to all of my family, all of my cousins who come in to support me. I appreciate y'all so very much. And I would love it if y'all share my videos, please. And thank you with others of like minds. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You said, I'm new. I think you're great. Oh, I appreciate you, friend. Thank you, cuz. You'll replay. Thank you, Sherry. When are you coming back? Child, I might come back tonight, to be honest. I've done all the shows for this week. But y'all, we got to get into Behind the Gates and some other ones. But I do want to talk to y'all about one of my favorite shows. There was something that went down over there on the set. And so I want to talk to y'all about it. Thank you, girl. Don't forget to hit the like button and share the video. All the things, right? Hit the like button, share the video, please and thank you. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY, okay? That way you can make sure you get my notification wherever you are. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. You can catch up on the show. The playlist is in the description box. Until next time, I will see y'all. Bye-bye.